Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Well, it's fall, and that means it gets dark sooner. But right now it's about 11 o'clock at night and I'm unloading the truck because I came back from Menards today with a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll show you what I got and give you an idea of how I did it, and we'll go from there. Well, it's getting into the rainy weather now. Kept telling everybody that I had to hurry. And they kept saying, oh, it won't rain, it won't rain, it won't snow, it won't. It's going to rain, and then it's going to snow. So I got to get things going. That means everything's got to be getting going. So, what I can't do while it's raining and snowing is put a roof on. It's not snowing yet, but it's gonna. But I can clean up stuff, put things away. Manage all the parts and pieces. So, in the middle of the process, I decided it'd be best if I worked on the power. So I got a lot of conduit here to run, 120 feet of it. Now that's not an exact lineage. I know I'm going to need more, maybe a little less, who knows. But the building has to have conduit all the way around the whole thing. That is 196, no, that's wrong. The building has to have conduit all the way around it. That adds up pretty quickly. 24 foot on each side. So 4 times 24 is 96 feet. And I have 120. Now I know I need to run power up to the ceiling because I want to put lights up there. And since it's a metal building, you can't really run Romex. So PVC is my choice on this job. To make that happen, I'm going to take this apart and get this truck unloaded. Now, why do I have this mess in the back of the truck? Well, when they sold me the sheet metal, I didn't know it, but they also sold me a pallet. You might have seen it. I think I talked about it a couple of times. It laid out on the ground next to the workshop. I knew that I didn't need it, but they charged me $79.88 for it. Yeah, for the pallet, the steel came on. I think that's a little cheeky, but you know, people are people. Companies are even worse. So what I'm going to do is take this apart. I had it strapped into the truck so I could load up those 2 outrigger arms over there with 2x4s, because the pallet was just made up of a stack of 2x4s and a piece of banding around it. Well, I don't need the banding, and I don't need the 2x4s. It's a metal building. Now, I might be able to use the 2x4s, but I could use the $79 better. The nice thing about screws, they come apart. At least as long as they don't break in the process of going in. I had one break on this thing and it's going to be a pain in the neck to get that out. But I hope, seeing as how it's in a short board, I should be able to manage to move it out of there. We'll know soon enough. Cross pieces are there to keep things from shifting around as I was driving to town. I was reasonably certain I had an anchored well, but you never know. And the value of the 2x4s would diminish dramatically if I let them fall onto the highway. So, I strapped them down, anchored them off. They seem to have worked pretty well. And screws are a lot easier to reuse than nails. Nails, you got to pull them out and then you got to straighten them out. Usually isn't easy. And this joint right here is the one that had the broken screw in it. But the head popped off. So maybe, just maybe, I can get it off of there. Let's see. Got a wad of anchors down here in this corner. There we go. ratchet straps and scrap. Can't have too much either. Because that's what I make my jigs out of. Junk. All kinds of junk. Okay. I'm going to leave the conduit in because I'll just drive that around and drop it off in the workshop. I'm going to get the tools and ratchet straps out of the back of the truck though, because you never know when you might need it. Seeing as how this is my only means of transport with any speed involved. Also somewhat weather resistant. I mean, I can drive the tractor. Tractor will go highway speed. Not super highway, but it'll do 55 going down the road. Of course, you gotta be an idiot to do it. But I've done worse. There. That's got that taken care of. Now I gotta go over and look and see what size conduit that is on the ground, because I need to buy a pulling ale that size. I think it's 1.5 inches, I'm not sure. Been a while and I forget. Inch and a half. That's awfully big. I might be better off buying a piece of 1.25 inches. So I could put a pulling ale on this junction, or on this panel here. I powered that panel up with number 3. This is number 4. The aluminum wire that I got in that crate over there, that's number 4. This is number 3, or well, the power panel on the wall is powered up with number 3. The wire that I got over there in that the wire that I have over there in that cardboard box sitting underneath the blower, that's number 4. direct burial, so I don't need conduit for that, but I do need to have some protection to get it down to the ground. So I'm going to put a pulling L. Pulling L looks like that thing on the side of the power panel there. Probably be a little higher. Put a pulling L on that and then run that over. Now I'm going to take these junction boxes off the wall when I move the welders. I'm not going to do it until I move the welders. I might need the welders before then. But I'll take those off the wall and move those out to the workshop because I'll be using them. I'm going to remove that plug there off the wall, take the conduit off the wall, because the power from that runs along the wall down here to the air compressor, and that outlet is for the welders, and that'll go out to the workshop. I thought about leaving it in here, and then I thought, no, that's just a temptation to get back in here and working, and the whole idea is to put everything out in the workshop. So that's what I'm going to do. Everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be in the workshop. Actually kind of a nice night tonight. It's not raining. Not much wind. Can't see my breath, so it's up above 40, probably close to 50. And I have a garage just packed full of stuff. Whole lot more work to do to get this cleaned up and ready to be moved off to the new workshop I'm building. Gonna be a lot of time spent doing that. Hope it's a lot of fun, not just a lot of work. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.